Okay, so the hanging charts 16 years ago, today they have Soros technology, I mean Soros funds the computer technology. So it is possible to see it, but we're hearing that it's probably not working. So the old machines had to be reinstalled in some offices, we were told, where people were filming 3 times in a row that Trump vote being switched over to a Clinton vote. Because he said 16 years ago. Yeah, okay. I can't remember what I was saying. Well, Florida is another one of those states that he has to win to have the presidency. It's his home state anyway. So they had hanging charts 16 years ago, and now they will try with Soros funded technology to do the same, but I really don't think it's going to work. I think with the Mars in Aquarius that has kicked in by now, by the way, sure, it's a technological election. Mars in Aquarius is definitely the signature of a techno election, and that's what we're hearing from all of the ballot counting offices, that they're running into all these computer technology issues. So that's in the astrology. But it doesn't mean that Trump's election that is happening is being stolen by deep state. I don't think this is going to happen. So he's at 68% and she's at 28%. That's the popular vote, that's the people. That's nothing to do with electoral. Okay. But that's like double, right? More than double. And so that means all of them states. This is confusing.
I mean, I get stuff wrong. I'm real, I'll admit I'm wrong. He over-delivered. Everyone should support him.
And it's not over yet. Remember,
He says he's going to keep going.
10 weeks of disclosure on through the election.
He said until December. He said Christmas Day will be a special present. This wasn't on air. But he told a high-level source of mine, a major general, that Christmas Day, they don't want to release this. If Hillary's defeated, it will be released. Christmas Day, something special.
Well, as I have said, he's a hero, but he does not work for the Russians. That is a false narrative.
Listen, I don't want to talk the Russians down. They're collapsed. They're trying to reorganize. Their GDP is what Italy has. They're a frickin' joke, man. Not knocking the Russians, but I mean,
and they're not.
The claim that I work for the Russians pisses me off when I'm up here 18 hours a day, my whole life, fighting tyranny. That you know that I'm working. It pisses me off.
Well, it's not even logical. We spend our entire formative years in politics fighting.
Down there, instead it's a frickin' hellhole with this guy who I pay taxes for and all these Obama phones, so they have somebody to call with CNN polls. You know, that's the big CNN secret. They call Obama phones. I was told by an insider. And I later confirmed it. A lot of their polls, it's Obama phones. So they give you an Obama phone, and then it's a database, then they call that phone.
Not surprising.
That's
why I don't believe most of the pollsters. You see, unless I can study the methodology, look at the question order, look at the wording of the questions, not just look at the sample size, but make sure it has the right number of men, women, black, white, Hispanic, Jewish, Christian, so on. You can't tell about the efficacy of a poll. And now we have these WikiLeaks documents that demonstrate that the polls have been willfully inflated to reflect a Hillary lead.
I said some stuff a few days ago on air that was embarrassing about me, but I said it in just the spirit of full disclosure. That all of us can repent of things we've done that are wrong. What matters is our heart, like King David. I know for a fact from other folks Roger doesn't even know that he's done all this on his own. He hasn't been paid. He spent everything he's got. And I've even said, I'll buy your ticket. He won't do it. He has spent everything he's got in this fight. He never did it before in a campaign, but he realized everything was on the line. I've done the same thing. Money means nothing to me. I guess I'm like gothic southern whatever, but you know we've got property and crap, and it's like actually you got people that work for you, and it's It's an impedance. It's like you got to take care of folks. It's not, property is a job, not a power. And that's what I have. And I come from people that, I used to hate my parents. Like, we got to take care of these people that have been on our property for 100 years. We've got to do all this. We've got to go on Christmas to take care of the poor. It's like, Jesus, I just want to go see a movie and take care of poor people. And I'm not saying I'm some good guy, okay? Because I'll beat your brains out in a fight if I need to. But the difference is, I'm not out to get you.
Is this man not in jail?
Yeah, Hank told me
That's
that.
a
That's bad news.
somewhere else. So, these people keep pushing it. Roger Stone, you're watching this. Right now, the electoral map, unless they steal all these western states, they're hours from reporting, this looks like a devastating Trump win, or am I wrong?
He appears to be on a path to victory.
I'm
not going to just trust, I need to verify. So I want to go work the phones. I need to work some of my contacts in these
Roger
states.
Stone has to work the phones.
I mean, we've seen these fluctuations go up, but the electoral line,
you guys take over.
This is looking good. At 5 in the morning.
We're winning. The globalists are in trouble.
In Europe, okay.
I'm not complaining. We had 18 million viewers as of this morning. I went and checked.
Wow, 18 million views.
6-7 million more on YouTube and Facebook and our own stream. So, 18 million. We're like at 24 million, 25 million. And again, we have a regular terrestrial radio and TV. We're on over 200 stations. A lot of stations are picking us up. I need to be a good boy and remember I've got that going on, not using any cuss words, but I tell you, look at Hillary, it's hard not to call her a horse's ass. But, so understand, we now have probably more viewers than CNN. It's not about a pissing contest.
This is the most important
It's
thing
about
that Trump
recognizing
did
their day
across
is
the
over.
mainstream media.
They're a joke.
And they have said he had to do this in order to win. Otherwise there was no winning without finishing that mainstream media stuff.
Get them out to everybody you know.
And they'll be told they won't be going to press conferences at the White House, They'll be reporting on, I don't know, nothing. In astrology, well, the moon is passing Neptune, so this should be the underdog type election. That's why I said Trump is coming in as the underdog. So the astrology should mirror him winning.
polls have closed.
And they've closed in Washington.
Supposedly they've all closed. We'll see if they're keeping little districts open here and there, especially in Democratic-controlled areas. We've seen that happen in Raleigh-Durham already tonight. But Leanne, let's go all the way up to Maine, which hasn't been called yet.
North Carolina, of all places, you see.
So Maine is like
The
it
Tar
says,
Heel
what is
State,
that, 39%
okay,
reporting,
168 has
48 for Hillary, 44 for Donald Trump, 44%. So
New Hampshire's still open at this point.
yeah, it's been open for hours now, 56% reporting, so we're about 49 for Trump and 45 for Hillary. So maybe these are just, colder states with older people. I don't know why it's taking them so long. So then we got Vermont, 76% reporting. All the precincts in.
Those are in.
So
I don't know
precincts
where.
in.
Let's check Miami. Are those in?
What is that? Palm Beach, Miami. Looks like
West
they're
Palm
all
Beach,
reporting.
that's
So
where
yeah,
those happened
probably the holdup
16
is going to
years
be
ago,
here in
West
these.
Let me just take a second to talk to these web designers. Can you guys make some freaking fonts that we can read? For God's sakes. I mean, it's like, let's make everything
Let me see
light
if I
gray
can-
and white. I don't understand this. And they say this is the new thing to where you can't read anything anymore.
Well, yeah, and imagine trying to look at this on your phone. Hold up here. Where are they having
Trump's
the
got
big
over
hold up?
100,000 vote lead at
Yeah,
this point.
I mean, Florida
Let me
has
say,
been
this-
sitting there all
this looks
night.
so much like 1980
New York
as we look at
Times
this. And we
is
were told in
estimating him
1980
305 electoral votes. This here, this is New York Times, right? It's now 5 in the morning, and they have 300 electoral votes. This is it, it's done at 10 at night, New York Times. It's 5 in the morning now. I think it's a done deal. So now you were asking the astrology, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was at midnight, wasn't it? Aspect is the moon, I told you, had switched into Pisces, is now going to go in line of Neptune. So when the moon is in line of Neptune conjunct in Pisces, there should be some sort of, you know, almost revelation, some type of breakthrough. And Mars is still not yet in Aquarius, but they're still probably having the offices open in California. So all this is still applying, both the astrology at the moment in what he is living through now. New York Times at 3:02, they have to calculate the electoral votes, and with 3:02 he's completely done. And this would mean landslide, because he'd be like way ahead of Obama 8 years ago and 4 years ago. Anyway, those are just New York Times numbers. But it's amazing, so they don't want, the mainstream media, they don't want to renew the maps, while we know from Drudge that he's already has seen the numbers. So, I mean, this is the night where mainstream media dies as well. It's really, everything's going down now. Well, astrologically, it's what I had explained. This was why we predicted it, because Uranus and Jupiter and Pluto are forming basically this dynamic situation. Also with Saturn and Jupiter, we have discussed, those two now work together more and more. So it's actually going to get well for the economy. That was another reason why I thought it would be logical Trump wins, because when you proceeded the astrology further, like into, say, February or, you know, August next year, we had discussed last year how this next year will look, and we have said the economy should actually get somewhat better, and this could not be the case with the same crew, you know. So all indicators were from astrology base on to the base of the reality we had from what we knew, that Trump would win, and this is what it looks like. What doesn't make sense is that he would lose Iowa with such a huge distance, 37 to 58. That doesn't make sense.